back to Heal with Karina. Today I have a very distinguished guest speaker, Dr. Ryan, the creator of the Wellness Brother approaches in Dubai for weight management and for wellness. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you, Karina. Good to be here with you.
Good to see you finally, and to make it happen. And what about intermittent fasting? There is a lot of big issue happening around it right now.
Sure.
Do you use it or?
Okay. So when you talk about intermittent fasting, again, now you're looking and saying a person who's going to use a dietary kind of approach to weight loss, because remember, there are dietary approaches, there are movement approaches, there are drug approaches, there are therapy approaches, there are surgical approaches. You realize there are many things that are ultimately all aiming at the same thing. How can I create an energy deficit? So now we talk about intermittent fasting. Okay, so first thing is there are a variety of definitions.
Yeah.
What is intermittent fasting? It might be somebody who goes ahead and has a very low calorie day today and a normal day tomorrow, and then a very low calorie day, so an alternate day kind of fast. You have people popularizing things like 5-2. They will go for 5 normal days and then 2 very low calorie days. Or you'll have something that is called time-restricted eating, which is what most people are referring to as intermittent fasting now, which is, for example, we don't eat until 12 or 1. We narrow that eating window down to maybe 8 hours. So we have 16 hours of a fasted state with 8 hours of eating, and we have a look and see if that produces improvement. Of my opinion, it's very effective for a couple of reasons. Number one, what it does is it makes things easier for the person to decide. It's very, very difficult for a person if they have a choice. Can I eat? What should I eat? Etc. If you say to them, you can't eat before 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, it improves compliance, no question. So that's number one, right? So they have a narrower eating window, which seems to result in fewer calories consumed in the day, number one. The second thing, many, many years ago, when this first became popular, there were some studies done on, I think they were hamsters at that particular point, I speak under correction, but they found that hamsters exposed to the same amount of food, some who could access the food for 24 hours of the day, and others for a shorter period of time, even though they ended up consuming the same amount, those who were exposed for shorter periods seemed to reduce the amount of weight gained, and their liver functions were better. There were many physiological advantages to that. So they've since gone ahead and explained a lot of those things, but the simple reality is this: a time-restricted eating or an intermittent fasting results in a calorie reduction and an improve in body function. So to ask me, do I think it's helpful? Absolutely, for the people who can do it.
Excellent, Doctor. So I will advise everybody of my audience to start with a good detox program. And for detoxing as well, do you support with any supplementation or herbal products? And if so, what are your advice for most of people, let's say on the general thing?
Right. So it is something we go ahead and offer support. Sean and I basically produced a detox capsule and a detox tea that has been formulated herbally to go ahead and, as I had said, support natural liver function, support natural sort of digestive function, enhancing those functions that are part of cleansing, right? So things that people typically can use, I'm not here to punt a product, but over the years, for example, the Himalaya Live 52, it's a great product, right? You go ahead and you use kinds of things that would be useful for the liver. Silymarin would be a good thing to go ahead and use. And then a lot of these kinds of teas.
Acid is one of the things.
Alpha-lipoic acid is, again, something that I would say to you, it may be of, support, certainly not a bad thing to include, but I wouldn't use it specifically as a main form of detox.
Yeah, you'll be leaving other things as well.
I would be looking at some of the other kinds of things. Again, people are looking at dandelion, people are looking at a lot of these kinds of things. Again, we've formulated 2 products that go very, very well to just support those natural functions.
Excellent, Doctor.